Local 10 News starts right now.
Good Saturday morning, South Florida. I'm Clay Ferrero, and here is a look at the stories making news on this Saturday, September 7th. Days after Hurricane Dorian's path of destruction in the Bahamas, hundreds of survivors are still being rescued. These Bahamians are among thousands waiting to evacuate. Volunteers have come together to help, flying people out of the most devastated areas. The death toll is now at 43, but officials say that number will continue to climb. A South Florida cruise ship carrying relief supplies and 500 volunteers arrived in Freeport on Friday. First responders, doctors, nurses, and civilians were there to help distribute aid, food, and water to thousands of people. Dozens of Grand Bahamians hitched a ride back to their hurricane-ravaged island aboard the Bahamas Paradise cruise ship. This morning, that ship is heading back to the port of Palm Beach, and more than 1,000 Bahamians who want to evacuate are expected to be on board. The driver of a daycare van is behind bars, accused of leaving a toddler inside the vehicle for several hours. 46-year-old Ingrid Thurston, charged with aggravated manslaughter. Detectives say that Thurston had disengaged the van's safety alarm before removing other children from the vehicle. 2-year-old Noah Sneed was found dead inside the van parked outside a daycare in Oakland Park back in July.
Listen to Local 10's podcast, The Florida Files, wherever you are, whenever you want. Just say, Alexa, play the Florida Files podcast.
Getting the latest episode of Florida Files. Here it is from TuneIn.
Previously on the Florida Files.
Or just ask Siri, I want to hear the latest Florida Files podcast.
Here's the newest episode of the Florida Files.
Get the Florida Files on Alexa, Google Home, or Apple devices just by saying play the Florida Files podcast. The Florida Files from the one and only Local 10.
Parents looking for answers after 9 students at Renaissance Charter School in Cooper City became ill. Authorities say they ate candy that was laced with THC. The dangerous sweets called Stony Patch has very similar packaging to the popular candy Sour Patch gummies. The students between the ages of 10 and 11 are expected to recover. As breaking news happens, we've got you covered on air and online. Head to local10.com for more local news coverage and updates.